In 2017, a genetic study of the genomes of third Aboriginal Australians found that today's Aboriginal Australians are all related to a common ancestor who was a member of a distinct population that emerged on the mainland about 50,000 years ago. Humans are thought to have migrated to northern Australia from Asia using primitive boats, which would make Aboriginal Australians the oldest population of humans living outside Africa. But there is still a lot more to know about them. So let us help you in knowing more about their culture from our team.
Aboriginal Australians' oral tradition and spiritual values build on reverence for the land and on a belief in the dream time or dreaming. The dreaming is considered to be both the ancient time of creation and the present day reality of dreaming. It describes the Aboriginal cosmology and includes the ancestral stories about the supernatural creator beings and how they created places.
Why are the ancestors considered totemic?
They are recognized with a totem in the form of an ancient plant, animal, stone, or other kind of natural phenomenon because they are considered as supernatural beings. Totemic ancestors crossed the continent singing out the names of everything they encountered along their way plants, animals, rivers, rocks, etc., and thereby giving origin to the world.
So, can we say that songs play a very crucial role in this culture?
Even the ownership of land was regulated by the song lines. Each Aboriginals inherited a strip of land over which the song of his ancestor passed. And the verses of the song were like title deeds that could be lent or exchanged during corroboree.
A corroboree is a ceremonial meeting of Australian Aboriginals where people interact with the dream time through music, costume, and dance. It is sacred to them, and people from outside the community are not permitted to partake or observe the event.
As a part of the ceremony, creation myths are renewed through different artistic and ritual means. For example, through painting. This includes rock painting or decoration of ritual objects in sacred sites, or body painting. It can also be done through music and dance.
What type of music and dance forms are used?
Music is an integral part of ceremonies through songs. They tell the mythical history of their tribe. The bullroarer, rhombus, or turndun are ancient musical instruments used in rituals for communicating over extended distances, and didgeridoos are wind instruments. A group of adult men seated around a small fire chant one of their ancient songs. Others, through dance, act out different elements of the myth they are telling. Along with music, dancers are also very important. The best dancers being highly regarded. Traditional dancing involves arm, body, and foot movements and a lot of foot stamping. Dances were often imitations of the movement of animals or birds.
How young generation play a part in the community?
For allowing the young to enter the community fully and take on the responsibilities as member of the group, initiation ritual is performed. The elders were the depository of the group's mythology that was passed on to the new generation during this ritual. Initiates were subjected to ordeals such as circumcision and subincision for males and ritual defloration for females. They were shown and given Tijurunga, which is sacred tablet covered with inscription that represents the path of the totemic ancestors of each owner. Other than these, ceremonies are performed to evoke fertility rites and the myths of the origin of the human, so as to guarantee the life of the totemic species and the human species. This ritual is performed in sacred places.
What are these sacred places?
Aboriginal sacred sites can be found in any natural feature such as hills, rocks, trees, etc. Each sacred site has its own name, the most sacred one being Uluru. It is considered sacred because of the beliefs of the Aboriginal people, but for a place to be considered as sacred, the place should show signs of passage of ancestors. Access to a sacred site is restricted based on the clan of a person along with a few other factors.
Tell me something about the artifacts of this culture.
Art is very important in this culture. The stories and myths are usually explained in the form of art. This includes rock paintings, body paintings, and decoration or ritual objects placed in particular sacred sites. Only people belonging to this community can make Aboriginal art. The artists use an ochre color palette which contains warm tones of iron oxide and vary through deep browns to different shades of red, yellow, and cream. These are made from natural pigments and minerals found in the soil, and ground up charcoal can be used for black. The artists use different colors to form a story. While looking at the art piece and then hearing the story can give you a whole new meaning about it. Aboriginal people use the dot technique while painting. Dots of different colors are used to hide messages which are sacred and of private knowledge. Rock paintings are usually done as a part of a ritual to illustrate a ceremony to show people's bonds with the land or to record events. The paint is applied with fingers or with a paintbrush made of feathers. Handprints are done by painting the hand and pressing it on the wall, whereas hand stencils are made by putting the hand on the wall and spraying paint from the mouth. They are created either on rock shelters or limestone caves.
So they live in caves?
Aboriginal lived in houses and villages and used surprisingly sophisticated architecture and design methods to build their shelters. The Aborigines generally built dome structures. A humpy, also known as a gunyah wurley, is a small temporary shelter traditionally used by Australian Aboriginal people. These impermanent dwellings made of branches and bark are sometimes called lean-to. Since they often rely on a standing tree for support, Aborigines lived throughout Australia, especially along the coast because it was easier to collect food, mainly fish.
What were the tools used for hunting?
Stone and natural glass were fashioned into chisels, saws, knives, axes, spearheads, and boomerangs.
What else did they eat other than fish?
Aboriginal people ate a large variety of plant foods such as fruits, nuts, roots, vegetables, grasses, and seeds, as well as different meats such as kangaroos, porcupine, emus, possums, goannas, turtles, shellfish, and fish. Sometimes they traded foods with people from different regions. One of the most well-known traditional Aboriginal foods is the Australian Vichetti grub, which is actually native to Central Australia where the Watarka region is located.
When Europeans began to settle in Australia at the end of the 18th century and founded a penal colony, the Aboriginals were divided in many tribal groups and organized in nomadic hunter-gatherer bands across the continent. They speak 250 languages. Today, the Aboriginals are sedentary but only represent 2% of Australia's population. Little remains of their traditional culture or their lands, over which great efforts have been made to get their rights recognized, even though in recent years the federal government has implemented policies to support and develop the cultural assimilation. Aboriginal culture is holistic, defined by its connection to family, community, and country. The land or country is what defines Aboriginal people.